We're good.
Oh, lovely.
And the results are in. You are, in fact, Zach
What
Frazier.
kind of car was that
I thought you were gonna
aquamarine
say the
muscle
5 on my
car?
heart nearly
What
dropped.
model is that?
A
It's not a
tulip?
Greenwood, is it?
No, I wouldn't. I
It
don't
looks
know
like a
that I'd
tulip.
want to wish that upon anyone.
Tulip.
Ooh.
Okay, thank you.
Trash everywhere.
Oh, you gotta clean this place up, man.
You know what? We'll sort that out. Don't you worry. Now, why the hell is there so much damn trash in Mission Row?
'Cause this
That's a good
place is a
question.
shithole.
We took out like 50 bags earlier today.
I think it's just because Lucas got
You
on
get some
duty.
sandy workers in there.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Nah,
whoa.
I feel like
Any
you
preference
you
in
watch
so?
your mouth. You watch your filthy mouth.
In what? Which? No, I'm easy.
It's your department, I think.
I'll give you this one.
Went up to BCSO and there are only like 5 trash bags. It was damn near spotless.
Bury them your, bury
No one
mine.
goes there.
Ow, you should have door on my head.
All the time.
This door struggles to swing open sometimes.
So you guys are doing nothing.
Here we are.
Yeah, but you leave them
How
in your
about you,
department.
bow?
All right. I'm just going to do one last search of your person here. Specific to stuff being seized, it is going to be the firearm, the lockpick, ammo, knuckle dusters will be returned. They weren't used in the commission of a crime. The oxys being seized alongside the radio. If any questions
Come on,
regarding any of
man.
that.
No, though, there's been heaps of trash around the
it's
last
fine,
week,
radio.
Something's just bags
But-
everywhere.
Brand new radio.
Anyone does sanitation anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ain't you just gonna rob a bank, get money, and buy a new one?
No, I need a radio to rob the bank.
Why do you need a radio to rob the bank?
Otherwise, how am I going to communicate with people on the outside?
Who are you gonna have to communicate with on the outside? Aren't y'all on the
can't say that,
inside?
sir.
Well, you can. You're choosing not to. There's a difference.
No, I can't.
You can. Don't forget, there's
No.
a difference between, I don't want to and I can't. I can't means you're like physically prevented from doing so.
Yeah, I'm physically
Or you don't.
prevented from doing so.
How?
Because I don't want to.
Okay, that's not I can't. That's I'm not going to. That's I won't. I shan't, if you will.
You shat?
No, that's not what I
Oh
said.
my god, you got to change your pants.
No, that's not what I said.
I think I can smell it. Oh my god.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but it might be some of the food in your pockets.
Oh, how nice. Big dog's food. It's that good shit.
It's the good shit. You sure about that?
You ever had some Dixie's flat rolls?
No, probably
they're
won't
amazing.
either. All right, listen, I am going to go ahead and seize your possessions. They'll be placed in a bag handed off to DOC and returned to your person upon your release from prison. I'm going to get you out of the shackles. Just remain in the cell. Doop, doop, doo. Give me just a moment.
I'll take them out.
Appreciate that. Oh. There's a whole lot of trash.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Frazier. Just go ahead and get you out of those cuffs. Then I'm going to need to speak with Davenport very briefly. But in the meantime, I do have to run your gun. So give me a momento. I will be back shortly.
Yeah, all good.
Sit tight. Doop, doop, doo. .290 is conducting a weapons test at the backside of Mission Row, so ignore the shot fired.
Thank God.
It's a revolver.
The gate's a revolving door, or the gun's a revolver?
The gun.
Okay.
This guy was prepared for, like, war.
What do you have?
He had 6, little revolver mags, but like 150 some odd bullets.
What
Maybe
the
he's just a
hell?
really bad shot.
That is a possibility. His excuse was the guy that put a gun to my head and told me to drive. But correct me if I'm wrong. The vehicle we were originally chasing was registered to a Charles who he had been arrested with in the
Charles
past.
Matthews.
Wasn't this guy also initially the passenger?
He was initially on scene.
He was on scene at a bank truck. Oh my
When I
gosh.
pulled up, I went and checked. 2 days ago, we responded to a bank truck that had been hit down near the railway line there, off of Popular Street. Well, you know what? I'm going to check that spot, and fair enough, that's where they were. He was in a T20,
Fuck did I
the
come in
comeback
here to
registered
get?
to Zach Fraser,
Fuck.
wearing the same T-shirt, so I can see it through the window. Then I spoke to him when they went inside the tunnel for probably 5 minutes.
Such a bitch ass up.
When they started the bank truck, and then he moved down to the
Hey,
bank
you're
truck,
Bum ass place.
so he's 100% with them.
No,
Hey,
she
firm.
that one thing. She that one little thing.
That one thing.
Also, when Horver
one-
came
the
out of
one
the
thing-
tunnels
the
and I
one thing
attached
she
behind
ate.
them, there was a car
No, what the
that
fuck did I come
was
in
going
here to
fast enough to
get?
trigger my
Ah,
back
shit, bitch. You're
read
just
on
bullying.
ALPR, and it was going like
Fuck.
122 miles an hour. Car came back to Zach Fraser.
No,
Oh.
actually, what? Why did I come in here?
A firm.
No, because I needed something.
And to top
You
that
sure it
off,
wasn't
the
like
security truck
you
was
sure it
2
wasn't
days
like a
in there
camera or
that I remember.
something?
They had a pickup
A
vehicle.
watch,
No, I have
which
a
was black
camera.
Stratum.
I have a
IFAX,
watch.
They come back to us.
ammo,
I have
tourniquets, a
that. I have
compass.
that.
And they me and Rodney on duty.
I'm so.
I had like 5
What the
interference
fuck did I
cars.
come in
Repair
here for?
kits?
No.
You wanted to see the guns.
No.
Darn, and spikes?
Oh, food.
Girl, the food ain't in here.
Where the food at?
It's in
The fridge.
He's like trying to lie to you, girl. That's not where the fridge is, girl.
What? Oh, the other fridge. You're right.
Firearm comes back to a gang-related shooting from today. Today, it looks like.
Actually, he was getting in his vehicle from Popular Street. I'm going to run down to Popular Street and see whether they actually shot the driver out of the vehicle to take it.
My individual was negative for GSR.
Rhodes, Anita wants to transfer too.
Now, hold up. We need y'all to hold up the BCSO
What?
in these trying times.
Oh.
Oh,
We need
so
ya.
now
Oh,
we,
Anita, you
now we
got
need
that.
to,
I did
now
that
we
for
need to
years.
hold up,
You got that.
right?
Go ahead.
Well, hold up. Wait, y'all
Hell
shift
no,
one?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're Ocean King now.
Yeah.
We got the car on.
Oh,
That's
wait.
not-
What are you?
I don't fucking know.
Have you
I'm like-
officially... Listen,
No,
we
you're
know.
Shift 3, bitch, I think.
Well, actually no.
Did you put in your
I did
request?
speak. I did speak to.
Check the
who was
damn
it,
roster.
Bean. I spoke to Bean, and he told me, okay, speak to Shift 3 and just let them know, like, you're approved on our side.
Hold up.
And
Did
if you
I
don't run into
approve this?
anyone, I'll
Hold
just
on.
do it.
Wait.
And then
Who
I
knows?
There's
I
some
don't think
extra
I ever
people at
talked to
Mission
anyone,
Row. Can you guys
so-
come to the holding cells and grab some of this trash and just take it outside?
Yeah, hold on.
But then I wasn't on duty for like 3 days.
Damn.
route.
Not the Anita Manny accidental
on route.
discharge,
Oh,
May
just
12th,
hold on, my people.
2024. That what you were talking about?
Like,
10-9 Davenport, what happened?
I'll talk to you after I'm done
Sorry,
processing.
hold on, my pickle.
Oh my god. Good luck processing that suspect.
Wait, where am I going?
Evil
Where'd
criminal.
you
to
say
Am I
you-
government
crazy or is the lights going out?
Oh,
They
Yeah.
are, I swear they are.
the power has been going in and out all day. There was
Stacy, where am I going?
The holding cells.
Oh, A-firm.
there is some announcements by Department of Power and Water.
Oh, A firm.
Not to cut the power.
All right. Mr. Frazier, We have a bit of a problemo.
What's the problem?
Your gun is hot.
How hot?
It's a gang-related shooting charge from technically today based on MDT.
Dirty.
Give
Today,
me
I just woke up.
give me a second. Well, I say technically today on the basis that it's listed. It
Hey.
based on the time, it was in the first hour after the time on the MDT had ticked over to the 14th. So
There might be like.
give me a moment. It seems to be a gang-related shooting charge. Do.
Gang-related shooting? Where?
Give me a second, and I will tell you. It was in front of the Innocence Cash Exchange. This would have been, give me a second, 10 hours ago, to be more precise regarding the time.
10 hours ago, so that's like 2 a.m. for me. I was tucked in bed asleep.
You were asleep?
Yeah. I don't know how.
Oh, there's no more trash.
Okay, do me a favor. This is going to take some additional time, but I will go into our evidence system, evaluate the location that the casings were found, and see if it's in line with the remainder of this situation. Give me a second.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is maybe like that seems like cross-contaminated between a different scene.
The possibility does exist. However, you would need to be upfront and honest with me regarding where shots were fired, when, and what the context is. Because if I'm going to look past a gang-related shooting charge, I mean, based on what I'm looking at here, sort of preemptively, without looking too far into it, it's looking like multiple projectiles were found from this firearm 10 hours ago in that location. But again, I can do a bit of a deeper dive. I will have to, check our evidence systems and whatnot to see and just make sure that these weren't casings picked up a little further away than most of the others and stuff like that.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is we was around the strip club around Storm yesterday, and someone rolled through and started shooting at us, so we defended ourselves. But as far as
Should be all of it
gang-related,
down here.
like, I'm not so sure.
So this is going to sound okay. So within the report, it clarifies this is between Cyprus and Hades. You seemingly have some affiliation with Cyprus, based upon what's documented on your profile. And as terrible as what I'm about to say is going to sound, it is the unfortunate reality of the situation. Specific to gang-related shooting charges, again, I know what I'm about to say is going to sound really fucked up, but it is the way it is. It doesn't matter if it is in self-defense, if it is gang on gang, which based upon the arrest made, it's still considered a gang-related shooting, which is a chargeable offense. Again, even if it is in self-defense.
But no, but I mean, like, okay, so say like someone from the manor is at Mosley's and someone pulls up and starts shooting them. That person defends themselves, and then what? 10 hours later from that time, Manor and fucking Ballers or someone have a fight at Mosley's. Because that person's Manor, even though it's 6 hours earlier, they're getting gang-related shooting.
Not necessarily. It really depends.
That's what's just happened.
Not quite. So in the situation, individuals were specifically charged with gang-related shooting. Give me a second. 10 hours ago. And it's also not the first instance of Hades and Cyprus not only being charged with gang-related, but there have been multiple instances of gang-relateds. 1, 2, I'm just sort of coming through. 3. In the span of 13, we'll say 13 from 13 hours ago up until 10 hours ago. So a time period of 3. We'll be generous and give it 4. There were 3 gang-related shootings between Hades and Cyprus.
Yeah, but I ain't Hades or Cyprus.
You are tagged as Hades.
I'm tagged as Hades?
Oh, Cyprus. I apologize. My bad. Said the wrong one.
Like, every time I come in here, I make it very abundantly clear, like, I'm one of the merchants.
Well, hold on.
Like, if you look back through the history of me
No.
getting arrested...
I fucked up. You are tagged as merchants, very specifically. However, you have been arrested alongside Cyprus in these situations. Becomes... let's see. Decisions. Now I have a question.
Yeah?
If you're not with Cyprus, how come you've been arrested alongside Cyprus in gang-related shootings?
Different people do some jobs together. Like, I ain't Cyprus, but, I got a few friends over there. I know exactly which charge you're on about. It was a bank truck that was a shootout in the construction site. But I mean, I don't think me getting arrested alongside Cyprus one time should warrant me getting gang-related for a shootout they've had around.
Well, the thing is, it's not just a single incident. There is that situation from a month ago where you did get arrested alongside other members of Cyprus, which does sort of constitute like affiliation. I am undecided. Give me a second.
I don't really think me getting arrested alongside Cyprus once and having cases on that scene, but like probably
well, I mean, it was gang related.
But it's
at the
also,
time, you pled guilty to it as well.
Well, yeah, because I did that shit. I was on a bank truck. But I mean, I don't think that should warrant me getting gang related for a shootout that happened outside a shop that I own. Because like
run me
Avenue,
through what happened yesterday.
It was at the end of this storm. We own a shop. Well, we basically own all of Strawberry Avenue. There's like the merchant shop, Bruce's shop. We all work in tandem. We're stood in the alleyway, storms a few minutes away. Someone comes around the alleyway, telling us to put our hands up. At that point, we start to defend ourselves. We're shooting. But this is like 6 p.m. my time, and you're saying that shoot happened like 2 a.m. There's like 8 hours difference.
Roughly 10 hours ago, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like 8 hours difference.
So where specifically would you have fired this gun?
At the back of the pawn shop on Strawberry.
Okay, is that the is that like I don't know if the pawn shop is on the where Bruce's business is. Are you talking about
So,
the alley? Like, did they come from
Bruce's-
right behind there, or is it to the left of that if you're looking at Bruce's place?
So if you're looking at Bruce's place from the gas station,
Yep.
that same strip of shops at the totally other end, the corner building, is where our shop is.
So to the south, closer to Innocence. So you'd cross the opening that leads to the VU. Is that correct?
Yeah, that opening to the VU, that's the alleyway that I'm talking about where the shots would have happened.
Okay. All right. Give me a second. I'm gonna check the evidence because
I mean,
there's
if
something at play
nothing-
here, and I'm undecided. Give me a moment. Let me just go check this out.
Yeah, all good.
The downside of evidence not going away, if this is true. We'll take into account time served, though. The thing is, we have found casings. Daisy! Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm kind of undecided. I'm gonna check VR, but
Okay.
he's telling me that the timing like he admits that he opened fire in self-defense.
Okay.
It's an illegal firearm. It doesn't matter, right? And that he wouldn't have contacted police, so ultimately criminal use. But it's coming back to a gang-related shooting between Hades and Cypress. The semi-tricky part is that he does have Cypress, I'm going to say affiliation, but he's been arrested alongside Cypress in a gang-related and pled guilty.
Okay.
My thing is he's kind of sounding genuine. You know how a lot of people kind of just shut down and are like, yeah, it wasn't me, but I'm not going to give you any additional info. He did give
Yeah.
me info, but the timing's not lining up. As in, this situation occurred 10 hours ago based on the MDT, and he's saying that the timing of that is different and that he had opened fire hours prior to that. The issue is,
Okay.
if no one ever picked up those casings,
Then it would still be there.
exactly. And he's saying that the reason that they were there is he's part of the merchants, and the merchants have a business on that property or on that strip of area.
What's the
And-
report for it?
It is. Hold on. 19803. I'm gonna go check evidence or incident 19803. People got arrested. And the not tricky part, but the interesting thing is there's the Hades gang-related shooting 10 hours ago. There's Hades and Cypress shootout 11 hours ago. And there's an additional one. Hades versus a bunch of question marks 13 hours ago. I wonder if his DNA is on any of these scenes. Be interesting.
Maybe. I would say if his DNA is on any of the scenes, then
Oh,
like,
he's
I
100%
would
getting
do
it.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit more hesitant just because of the whole, like, he might actually be telling the truth and have had no involvement, but who knows? Shots fired, 3 down, Strawberry. Wait, hold on. His DNA was here. Wait, we have a time! No, we don't have a time. That was... This bitch got shot down at the Strawberry gas station a month ago.
Oh, no.
It was a month ago. It's different. It's different.
There's Cypress and Manor gang shooting at Alta Street. This is from a month ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
so it
the
doesn't
one
come
where
up with anything recent.
his affiliation is like sort of tying him based on that report to Cypress.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, again, he was kind of equipped for fucking war.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I just hear?
What is it, a zombie?
I don't fucking know. I'm hearing stuff. It's fine. It's fine.
I
I'm
went to
hearing stuff.
Humane Labs and there was something breathing in my ear.
Hey,
and then I,
unrelated.
180 no scoped a zombie.
Unrelated, but I want your stance.
Mhm.
What's your stance on Victor?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he was promoted to an officer, and I know that Espinosa and other individuals were pushing for him to be fired when he was still a cadet. And then Maple said, we should just promote him, and then he got promoted. I put in his notes because people were questioning about like his capabilities, and you could probably still see it in his FTO notes that I made lots of remarks about his ability to do things in the field, and I did not think that he was ready. And at that point, I don't even know how long he had been a cadet. And yeah, I think
So
that
was this a
sometimes
situation
the
where
job just isn't for people.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna go look at VR real quick. I will be right back.
I'll go with you in case there's zombies.
Am I deaf or am I hearing the radio and no voice?
Do you not hear anyone, Perry?
Just me. I'm stupid.
Perry, you're not stupid.
Radio turned down. I was wondering why no one was responding to me.
Oh.
I don't know where that straight
Air
race
1 or
went.
Gaunt unit.
I took the wrong one.
Nice.
I don't want to talk about it. And then the lights went out and the elevator was down.
Oh no.
Not another bag.
I believe that's a circuit, so if you wait there, they'll probably come back.
All right, time to take a look. Looking for 7-2. Strawberry. Settings, range. Don't care about that or this. 7-2. Right here. Right at the back. He shot at someone who was here. There's 2 more. 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. Wait. 2 projectiles right here. Kind of high. So maybe there's vehicle fragments? No. Okay, let's see if anyone with these guns was arrested. So minus 7696 and minus 18605. And then CWY is a projectile. Okay. Let's see.
What casings are you looking for?
So his casings are the 7203. And don't necessarily want to say I believe him, but I think I might believe him. For context, 4 of his projectiles were all in one direction.
Yeah.
And there were casings there. And so the implication, obviously us with a very limited view, is if there's projectiles where there's casings, the projectiles are going to be from people shooting at the individuals who have casings beneath them, right?
Yeah.
None of the casings where none of the projectiles match any of the casings from any of the individuals arrested. And we don't have his casings. So it's either vehicle or they didn't gather evidence everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to very specifically ask him where his casings were. So I don't want him getting shafted.
Yeah.
Want to know exactly where he shot. Hell, I might even bring him out there as a show and fucking tell.
Yeah, why not?
Doop, doop, doo. Oh my god, went the wrong way. Mr. Frazier?
Yep.
Okay, so, where specifically did you shoot? Like, from?
It would have been one of the rooftops of the stores.
Rooftops of the stores, so not like rooftop of the VU, correct?
No.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because casings from your firearm were not found, just projectiles. This is indicative of one of two things. Either your casings were not found, which means they could still be out there. Alternatively, a gun fired from within a vehicle. However, there are no vehicle fragments in the area as far as I could see. So if you don't mind, I'm actually going to head to that area. I'll bring you with me. Okay? I'll bring you with me. Well, actually, I don't know if you want that. I don't know.
You know, I don't really mind like you just sending me up and just charge me with it. Because I know you can't.
Here's the thing.
Every shots fired call and get all.
No. Here's the thing. I believe you. The unfortunate reality is that prior situation, specifically the gang related from a month ago, makes it a little more difficult. If that didn't exist, we could sort of chuck this as like, it's possible, but like we don't have anything definitive. However, a judge would look at us with 10, as if we had 10 fucking heads. If we were like, yeah, we can't prove this. Meanwhile, a month prior, you had pled guilty to a gang-related shooting. Even though you understand the circumstances behind that. So here's the thing. It'll only take me a few minutes. I'm just going to go to that area. I'm going to clear the rooftops. And this is a two-part thing. Number one, if there is stuff there, I want it gone so that this doesn't happen again. But additionally, I don't want you shafted for something that you truly didn't have involvement in. At the end of the day, unfortunately, even if it wasn't self-defense, if you did not communicate to the police, which I highly doubt you would have, it would still constitute a not a gang-related, criminal use charge. I can look past that given your cooperation. However, I will take into account, all of the time that you've been in custody. And truthfully, you're probably not going to prison long, if at all, depending on the circumstance. So you can tag along with me. If you don't think that would look good, if your friends were around, that is fine. But ultimately, again, I want to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And if your casings weren't found, they're probably still there, and I want them gone.
Yeah, it'll be on. So the cash exchange is. So you're looking at it from the strip club.
So I walk out of the VU.
Yeah, so the cash exchange on the right.
Yep.
On the left, there's a ladder that leads up to the roof.
Yes. Okay.
On the other block of buildings. I would have been on that roof, on those roofs.
Okay, got it. And you would have been shooting in what direction?
Toward the back of the cash exchange.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Daisy, I'm gonna go check that out super quick. Do you mind just chilling here with
I'll
them?
stay here.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right back. I actually don't think we're gonna charge him with a gang-related, chat. Even though all signs point to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I very much so know that evidence stays there forever.
Let me out!
Kurt, thank you for the tier 3 for 54 months. I hate you. I forgot about the spooky alerts and I'm gonna keep forgetting. I'm gonna keep fucking forgetting. Holy fuck. Incidents. 19812. Sure we don't have this on us. All right. Only month, don't get rid of it. It's just unexpected, you know?
Right, southbound Power Streets. Left, eastbound Haddock. Left, northbound Meteor Street.
If his casings are here,
Westbound Spanish.
it'll be interesting.
Testing ammunition, westbound Spanish, sending it towards Madway. Westbound Spanish outfit. Slowing left southbound in the alley. Left eastbound, exiting left Venice. Right southbound left Venice. Westbound Haddock.
Eastbound and occupied.
Southbound Los Lagunas. We approaching San Andreas. And San Andreas. Left northbound also, the U-turn. Back westbound San Andreas. Left southbound Peaceful. Left eastbound Vespucci. Southbound into the Alta Street car park and be exiting eastbound to Alta. Left northbound Alta.
Were there no casings from this gun found?
Right. Heading through the Union Depository, giving the exiting lower power standby direction.
Unless evidence was cleared.
Right southbound. And lower power. Left eastbound San Andreas.
Entering alleyway, southbound right, westbound towards Power Street.
Projectiles were
Southbound
here.
Power Street.
Can't get up from this side.
Southbound off sidewalks entering Hayward alleys. Right, southbound, exiting out towards Vespucci. Passing the Camperry, going Chihuahua hot dogs. Left, eastbound Chihuahua hot dogs.
Eastbound. Right, northbound Elgin. Northbound Elgin, switching to San Andreas. Andreas, northbound Elgin towards Pillbox USB.
Getting dusted here, holy shit. Left westbound occupation, left southbound power. 50, still mobile. Southbound power. Switch. Approaching right westbound San Andreas upward. Looking Los Lagunas, crossing Los Lagunas. Left southbound red garage. Going level. Gonna lose visual of it soon.
Go the other way.
Copy. He's actually down, southern end. Going down to second floor, back to first.
Yeah, I got him here. And back out towards San Andreas.
Eastbound San Andreas.
Pushing east.
We do one last check.
Okay,
We'll send eastbound towards El Rancho.
Based on what I assume you would be getting charged with, would be about 130 months.
On the break, right,
but
southbound Supply.
might have different charges that I'm not sure about. And
Right, westbound
for however long
Vespucci.
we've had you in custody, we're taking that off your sentence.
Left east, southbound. Gonna be exiting at the Supply.
Some of these people now have guns. Oh,
Overhead,
probably got robbed.
southbound towards Popular Street, exiting Popular Street northbound. Northbound Popular. Left
All right.
westbound Vespucci.
See, Zach Frazier.
Yeah, I'm repeating.
18249.
Center. Crossing Strawberry, westbound Vespucci, VCB.
Continuing westbound Sandinet. Not braking yet. Over braking heavily, left southbound Calais. Southbound Calais towards Adams Apple. Left eastbound Adams Apple. Back towards you. And one. Continuing eastbound.
Alta, eastbound.
Pictures and
left
collected
northbound
evidence.
You going into Casino westbound VCB.
Left westbound out towards Alta Street. Right,
I
northbound.
don't know the location of stuff
San
here.
Andreas. Right, northbound Peaceful. Continuing northbound Peaceful to San Andreas. Over San Andreas, northbound Los Lagunas. Transition into San Vitus. Transition into Abe Mountain.
Fuck it.
50. Continuing northbound. U-turn in.
All right. Listen, I'm not going to push the gang-related charge here. Primarily because I'm sorry, jog my memory one last time regarding the time frame in which this shooting occurred, where you shot in self-defense.
It's probably around 5-10 minutes for the end of this storm.
Got it. Okay. So we're talking
About 5 hours, just over 5 hours from now.
Yeah, from the time that he's saying, it's about an 8-hour difference from when he's saying he shot and when this gang-related shooting happened.
Got it. Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna make the decision here. I'm not gonna charge, despite the gun technically being hot. However, I do want to make this very clear. Under normal circumstances, the unfortunate reality is you would typically get charged this pretty much regardless, and then your sort of only recourse would be to appeal it at a later time.
Okay.
Not going to do that here. You've been very compliant once you're in custody, which I do appreciate. Obviously, it's we've been here for quite some time. Give me just a second. I'm going to get your current list of charges, and then I will tell you what we're looking at regarding time and fine. Again, time I'm going to be fairly lenient on because you have been here for quite some time. Just give me a moment. Class 1. Oxy. Which he had Share X. All right. So as it currently stands, you are looking at criminal possession of a firearm class 1, first degree possession of pharmaceutical drug without authorization, in this case Oxy, robbery of a security firm, reckless evading, resisting. Let me make sure I didn't miss any possessions here. Nope,
Would that gun charge be class 1 or would it be tampered?
I genuinely, based upon how it's written, I think technically both apply, and we should be pushing both. However, I typically pick one over the other. I mean, it doesn't have a serial.
Mm-hmm.
But I think realistically, we should be pushing both, and then get judges to clarify. Hold on. Which one's the lesser one? You've been compliant.
I think it's class 1. Let me
Class
look.
1. No, the full class 1 charges. That's okay. Hold on. Makeshift. Wait, hold on.
Okay, so tampered is $2,500 less than class 1, but it's 15 months more.
Which would you prefer? So tampered firearm is 50 months, $15,000 fine, and the class 1 is 35 months, $17,500 fine. Truthfully, if I were you, and I'm sort of like giving you sort of like the inside info, if you will. I'm going to be very lenient on time, again, given your cooperation and how long you've been in custody. So if you take the one with higher time and less fine, it's probably going to be to your benefit. Choice is yours.
Yeah, just put that one on there.
Makeshift, or not makeshift, tampered firearm it is. All right, so taking all of that into account, prior to any reductions, you're looking at 163 months and a $26,190 fine. Let me give you what it would be after guilty plea.
Oh yeah, I'll plead guilty anyway.
What if I said terrorism? Would you still plead guilty?
Oh hell no.
Your gun came back to terrors.
All right.
So what is 25% off the top for the guilty plea and then all the time in custody?
Yeah, pretty much. And again, because it was delayed, as I was looking further into stuff, you're originally looking at 163. Officially, based upon legislation, I would be cleared to drop it to 62. However, because of all of the additional, me going back to the scene and stuff, I'm going to be willing to drop it down to, I'll say 30 months from the original 163. Fuck it, I'll even say 25. I'll say 25. What's your stance on that, Mr. Frazier?
Yeah, guilty as charged.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get you fined. There we are. And it's going to be 25 months. Do you have any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, we're all good. Appreciate you, taking the time to look over all that stuff.
Not a problem. Again, it's one of those sort of logistical nightmares, if you will. However, I will say this. I am going to fully document this to hopefully provide clarity in the event where this happens again. Do understand, though, that if this does happen again, and you didn't call 911 so that police officers could go to the scene, deal with the situation, make sure that all the evidence was cleared and stuff, it is your obligation to contact 911. Otherwise, it sort of constitute a criminal use charge that would end up falling on you. Okay, and realistically, I don't see people calling 911 when they're in a gang war, if you will. I'm not saying that you are. I'm just clarifying here. The likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. So again, just be very careful.
Yeah, all good.
All right. So any comments, questions, concerns?
No, we're all good.
All right, I'm gonna get you sent off. 25 months. Stay safe.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
I actually don't think he was involved.
Yeah. If it was 5-10 minutes before the storm, like he was saying, I feel like you and me both pretty much know what was happening.
I mean, even if it wasn't like stupid shit at the storm, I've never had someone actually claim, no, I didn't actually participate in that, but like, my situation,
like, yes, I did shoot somebody, but I was not in a gang-related shooting.
Yes, and unfortunately, the only thing that tied him into this is that situation from a month ago, where he did plead guilty to gang-related. Like, unfortunately for him, I think in the event where this went to court, he's 1,000% found guilty because of that situation from a month ago, where he pled guilty in a Cyprus versus whoever war, and it was clarified Cyprus affiliation. Well, Cyprus related to some degree on that front.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I really dislike us not clearing scenes because of situations like this. Imagine an actual murder had occurred in a you know what? Let's just use this example. Let's say a murder occurred at a cash exchange, robbery, turned into OIS, right?
Yeah.
But one of the individuals ended up getting away. One person got caught. We collect evidence, and it was an active shooting. They went out the back door. They went onto the rooftop, just like this guy. Except 2 hours prior, shots were fired.
Yeah.
Just in that general area. Are we gonna rope
then, like,
in?
an hour before that, there was some gang-related shooting that happened there too.
But if we don't clear that evidence, they're going to get roped in. Straight up, this has never been used as a defense before. Not that he was actively using it as like, no, that casing was there from ages ago.
Yeah.
Truthfully, that goes to court, and we acknowledge that the possibility exists. We are shooting ourselves in the foot for any evidence-based stuff and, the hot gun charges moving forward.
That's one reason why I talked with Forcer last week when she was on duty, and she was saying that, like, she maybe wants to kind of just, like, go around cleaning up crime scenes in a hazmat suit. I was like, go for it. Like, if you want go for it.
Yeah, have
I
at
will
it.
support you.
Okay, back to the Victor thing. I was talking to him earlier, and he feels right now that he is walking on eggshells, and obviously that's gonna, have everybody that's sort of the most nervous that they could possibly be, because he was given a 2-week.
I did send him down the elevator alone to deal with the zombie, but that's because I didn't want to go down there, and I can't risk Corver because he's like the backbone of the PCSO in the shift right now.
Here's the tricky part. He did openly admit, he goes, and I want to be very clear when I say this, he was not making excuses. It was just a conversation where he didn't feel as though when he was a PPO and he got promoted that it was deserved. I don't recall exactly what he had stated, but essentially it sounded like it was rushed, and I'm not sure the exact context as to why. But like, I don't know, man. I hope this isn't a situation where we just didn't monitor him for a long time because we unnecessarily promoted him too early and then sort of shot ourselves in the foot by assuming it would get better, but then again, he's on his own and it didn't. Because I'm going to be real. Despite Victor's flaws, I would much rather have Victor than not have Victor. And I'm probably very much so going against the grain here. But like, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Shift 1 numbers, especially early on in the shift, heavily relate to shift 3 numbers.
Yeah.
If a shift 1 officer got on duty and there's only 2 officers on duty, guess what? They're not going to stick around. No. Because they know they don't want a 3-man respond to every damn call that is coming in. And Victor he may lack in certain aspects. Consistency is not one of them regarding him being around. He is around every single day. And I would argue in a majority of the stuff that he does, it's a non-issue. I will say he is, the term's not pedantic. He can be very literal with things. He can be very, I don't know. The concerning part for me is he's not afraid to ask questions, like ever. Which isn't common. People would rather not have an answer as opposed to ask someone and look stupid. That's not Victor. But I don't know.
The big thing that is a concern for me and has been a concern for me with Victor is he said multiple times that he feels bad arresting his friends at any kind of these robberies and will just like leave the scene and let them go.
Did he mean that in like a literal sense?
Hold on. Notes from Talk with Victor from Johnson says he feels too quote-unquote soft with letting people getting away that he knows or going too lenient on charges on scene, i.e. letting someone he knows rob a 24/7 and just telling them to stop and leave and not pursuing.
I mean, again, the tricky part for me is I don't know if he's being like just very literal there in the sense of realistically, we've all done it. We're not going to sit there and go, "Oh, it's our friends." It could literally have been anybody, and it would have been the same, especially in shift 3 if we don't have people to respond. I don't know, man.
I don't remember the situation, but like I heard him say something about it on radio as well. But I can't remember the specifics. But it's one of those like we've let people go because we don't have the numbers to do it. But I can't tell you the amount of times that I have arrested my friends. Like it is
oh yeah, 100%.
It is impossible to count how many times I arrested them.
We arrested Rainer earlier, and I went, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna pay the invoice," which I fucking forgot, but I need to. But like, point being, we do it.
Them. Yeah, Nikki targeted our mechanic that had just fixed our cars in a street race. And Penzone and Ricky basically charged her for street racing on the spot and like documented her car and everything and then let her go because she pulled over. But like she still got the charges, that's on her record, she has the points on her license, all of that. Back in the Sinister Souls days, like I can't tell you the amount of times that I arrested Dakota and Seb and Tokyo and all of them.
100%.
And I had keys to their clubhouse. And 100%. I would arrest them all the time.
It's actually so crazy because Victor brought up, we were just going back and forth. He brought up my first encounter with him, which was him doing a moonshine run. His vehicle going out by the Boulevard del Perro like church, and his friends, one of which was DB, was it Del Boy? Oh my god, what was his name? Oh my god, it's gonna piss me off. Whatever. They eventually ended up residing. I want to say it was someone with affiliation to SOS way back when. And then maybe they were labeled like ghosts or I forget what they were labeled, but they eventually ended up by like the pink cage and stuff. I actually very much so recall exactly the situation. And I pretty much told Victor, who was going to be under arrest, listen, give me the moonshine, you'll be free to go. He gave me the moonshine. His friends picked him up, and apparently in the car they were talking about wanting to shoot me. To which
to
Victor,
get the moonshine back?
No, not to get the moonshine back. It was because those other people hated me.
Oh.
And they were surprised that I had let Victor go if he just surrendered the moonshine. But like, I don't know. It's sort of a combination
of. A lot of people don't realize that people like you and me, like if people aren't assholes,
the ball's in their court.
Yeah, we'll just take shit and then let them go.
Yeah,
we had somebody like a Sultan full of people that were leaving a 32 like a week and a half ago or something, and they were compliant. They got out of the car. I was like, okay, you guys were seen leaving like a brandishing call. We're gonna have to frisk you. One guy had an illegal gun. I told him, here's the deal. We are taking the gun. We'll go back to Mission Row and run it. If it's clean, then like you're good to go. If it's hot, then we're putting a warrant out for you. And it was just like, okay, it was clean. He doesn't have anything to worry about. We got a gun off the streets. Win for everybody.
I'm conflicted with the Victor shit because it's sounding like Davenport and Maple want him gone. I personally don't, but I also wouldn't rule against Maple and Davenport, who have been carrying the LSPD for quite some time.
I think that there was a severe lapse in his training, if I'm being honest. I know that there's a lot of notes in his PPO check-in report about multiple people's opinions, and some people did check-ins with him. And I know at the time, Espinoz was basically recommending that he be fired as a cadet still, or as a PPO, I don't know which one. And he said that, Maple said that they should just promote him. And now, basically, through a lapse of the training, and Maple just promoting him, now he's a full officer. and still should be learning. But then now Maple wants him gone.
I don't know. This is giving me like the same vibes I got when Perry was a cadet, and he was every single